All right, everybody, welcome back into another episode of the Lesko podcast. Joined by Brett Cambell and Aaron Zimmerman once again to talk some news, college football news, Penn State news. Wrestling dominates Ohio State, so we're going to talk all that tonight. How you guys doing?
Good. Yeah, better. Anyways.
At least it's warming up.
Yeah, today was beautiful. Today was a nice day.
Yeah, today was really nice.
Hopefully I'll actually be able to see my lawn soon.
Yeah, we're going to get flooding, probably.
I heard about that, yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's supposedly a bunch of rain coming.
Rain, it's warm. There's a lot of...
I'll take it over snow, so...
Yeah. You'll get rid of the snow, yeah.
Take the rain.
Brett's sciatica has been acting up, which is, like, terrible. Dude, that's, like... I've had tooth pain. You know, I had a root canal. I had an abscess tooth. Like, you know, I just didn't get it looked at. I had an abscess tooth for like 6 months. I didn't even know it. I just taken Advil.
Yeah, no.
Could have turned into staph, which is dangerous.
Yeah, you can get staph.
Yep. Yeah. Tooth pain and sciatica are like the worst pains, too, because I've had both, and they're both like just tremendously awful. Like, just
So, like tooth pain. Dude, you can't. There's nothing you can do about tooth pain. I had the numbing stuff on my tooth. I was taking Advil, ice. Nothing helps it. Nothing. It's just sciatica. There's like nothing you can do about that. There's like types of pain that you can't do anything about. You could probably shoot like maybe Novocaine into your gum. That might numb it.
The only way.
But, yeah. When I had COVID, dude, it felt like someone shot me. It felt like someone shot Novocaine into the roof of my mouth because couldn't feel the roof of my mouth, couldn't feel from like here down, couldn't feel anything, and couldn't smell a thing. Like you could literally put the worst smell in the world right in front of me, and I wouldn't have ever smelled it.
I've heard a lot of people like that.
Yeah, couldn't taste anything. It was crazy for like 2 weeks, 2 solid weeks. Couldn't smell or taste. After a month, it pretty much came fully back, but that was terrible. But yeah, PSU wrestling. It's always good to beat Ohio State. Pat Kraft was there, Cambell was there, Lebrano was there, Dave McCormick was there. Sarah Schroeder, Neely Bendapudi.
Yep.
Sarah Schroeder was there next to our boy Dom. Sarah Schroeder's a real estate agent around here. She's awesome. She's awesome. I've worked with her a little bit. I didn't end up getting a property, but she's the best. She married a guy who wrestled for Penn State. I don't know his name, but I just know he wrestled for Penn State. But yeah, it was a big star-studded event for Central PA, and it was funny when they showed Pat Kraft. He was like, I don't know if he did it on purpose, but he's like leaning back, and as soon as he knew he was getting taped, he like leaned up. He's probably tired.
Probably,
yeah.
But Lebrano was there. Lebrano's a bigwig. I think he's involved with the Bills too. Him and Lebrano, him and
Pagola. Yeah.
And Pagola hired his guy Joe Brady, so that's cool. But I think we're going to see a lot of good things coming our way: money, players, improvements across the board. Terry Smith said that Terry Smith said, I have a way more relaxed position now, and I'm doing way more. So not only is he less stressed out, but he's being listened to. So that's good.
That is good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's a good start.
Yeah. Sounds about right. Yeah.
So, the last guy was doing the opposite of everything. So, but yeah, PSU wrestling beat Ohio State. It's always good to see the Suckeyes lose in anything, especially when we dominate them like we did.
Yeah, crushed them.
We pretty much won. We won, I think, every match we should have won. We won some matches that we weren't favored in.
Yep.
And our heavyweight ends it at the end of the night. I think that was an upset. I don't think he was supposed to win that.
Rank-wise, it was. If you look at their records, they were close, but it was an upset rank-wise. Yeah. Yep. 12-4 or something. Yeah.
Yep. And the cross team had a nice upset this week too.
I saw that. Yeah, against Princeton. Yep. Good big win.
Yep.
LAX.
Hockey, I think they lost. Basketball lost, of course. So,
Dude, some of the worst basketball I've seen has been this year. Like,
yeah,
they did get Washington. I have to turn it off. Yeah, they beat Washington the other day and then just played so sloppy today. Like, how was your true freshman point guard scoring 23 points and nobody else is helping him out? It's just crazy. Caden Mingo.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Dude, when it comes down to it, I'm sure Rhodes is like running the piss out of them in practice. Like, you guys need to be less sloppy. But at some point, you know, you got to take the Indiana method. Just be like, less is more. If you guys don't clean it up, like, we're going to kick you off the team next year. You're not coming back. They're sloppy, man. Like, they're so sloppy.
Yeah, it's bad, man.
I mean, that's why they're losing, because the fundamentals, man, they're just not there. I don't get it. It seems to be the issue. I don't know. I'm not a basketball expert, that's for sure.
Yeah.
But, Penn State wrestling, best wrestling program in the world. They've won 85 straight dual meets, I think was the record. They have not lost this year. I think the highest scoring was 10 points or something like that against us.
I think so.
Yeah. 12, man.
We have, and you want to. I think
12 it was the last match before. It was Wisconsin or Minnesota or something. Okay. I got to look it up.
Yeah,
I got to look it up here.
I know Nebraska got a few. I don't remember.
Might have been Nebraska. Yeah,
I thought it was Nebraska that got 12.
They're pretty decent, so it's probably them.
And you want to use an example of.
But I'll tell you what.
Go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to say, Rocco Welsh. I wasn't aware that he was at Ohio State last year. It looked like he was going to lose his match. Right at the end, pins the guy and beats him by 1. So, I messaged my buddy. He's a big wrestling guy. I was like, Rocco Welsh wins in a close one with the eye emoji. He's like, he transferred from Ohio State this past year. I said, that's funny, dude. He just beat his old teammate.
It was Nebraska. It was 26-12.
Yep. Okay, you got it. Yeah.
So that was
my favorite guy. What was his name? 165. What's his name? Let me see here. That was my favorite guy to watch. He was a beast. 165. Wait. He's undefeated.
Beckett? Are you talking about Sam Beckett?
No.
Beckett's 165.
Mitchell Messenbrink. Mitchell Messenbrink was a dog.
Yeah.
Messenbrink was just he's quick, he's really fast, and has good. He was good, man. He was fun to watch. He beat the piss out of his guy, 20-something to 3. He beat the hell.
Yeah. He's had some nice ones.
Yeah. So Lillidahl. He started out 1 versus 2. He pulled it out.
Yeah.
Blaze beats Davino, Davino was higher. Mendez dominates Davis. Shane Van Ness, he's probably the best guy they got. He is a freak.
Yeah, Van Ness.
20-5. I mean, they outscored them even when they were beating them big. Van Ness, I think, had the most points all night, 20. Tech fall, PJ Duke got a tech fall.
Yeah.
That was good.
And then Messenbrink, he beat the living crap out of
he beat the piss out of him too.
Yeah. Levi Haynes beat the crap out of Cheryl.
Yeah.
Yeah. Levi Haynes is technically sound, dude. He's just he's smart. He's a smart wrestler. You can see by it. And I'm not a big wrestling guy, but just watching, you know what I mean? Just observing, this dude knows how to wrestle.
Yep.
He hasn't lost since. I don't know, Levi Haynes hasn't lost in a long time. He's undefeated this year, I think. So.
Yeah. They lost what? Did they lose a match?
No. Well, a match against Ohio State last night?
Yeah.
In the beginning, right? They lost 1?
They lost 1 early. Yeah.
1 early, yeah. on the lightweights.
Oh, that was Mendez over Braden Davis. Right.
Yeah, Davis. Yeah.
Davis is a freshman, and he was wrestling the number 1 guy.
Yep. He'll be fine.
Rocco Welsh beats Fishback.
Yep.
Barr beats Goig. And so Marisola beat Feldman. Feldman is the number 3. Marisola's number 12. So, like, we won 2 matches that we shouldn't have won technically. And then we also won matches that we could have not won and still won.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, Davis, he's good. He's a good wrestler, but he's wrestling the number 1 guy in the country, and he's a freshman. Like,
that's a tough sell if you're a freshman.
Yeah, Lillidahl, dude, like that dude's a freak, and he beat the number 2 guy in like crazy fashion. Like he beat him at the end, you know. I think it was like 1-1 going into OT, whatever you call it. And I thought, I think it was 1-1, and then he ends up winning 4-1.
Yeah.
So that was pretty cool. And obviously the BJC was packed to the rafters. Basketball, probably not even remotely close to being full, and then wrestling comes in, it's packed.
Yeah. That's what happens when you dominate a sport completely.
Well, that's an example, man. You can relate that to any sport, college football, wrestling. Penn State has been so good for so long. They have the best players across the board, pretty much, the best wrestlers. That doesn't mean they're just taking the best of the best.
No,
but there's a reason they have so much talent on their teams, because they win. So,
and Cale knows how to make a great wrestler out of anybody.
Yes, he does.
He sure does.
Combine that with some talent, and it blows up pretty quick.
So we've got, I forget the names. Hold on, I'm going to pull them up. But like the top high school wrestlers right now, okay?
A lot of
by
them
name
are headed for.
Penn State. So I think it's Bo Bassett.
Yeah.
Hold on a second. If the internet's going to be fast, I guess it's not going to be fast enough. Bo Bassett, number 1. Bishop McCourt. He's going to Virginia Tech.
Yeah.
Jaden James, number 2, is going to Penn State. Number 3 from Bishop McCourt also is going to Virginia Tech.
Yep.
And then the number 1 wrestler for next year, I believe, is going to – there's 3 of them in the top 10 going to Oklahoma State. But the number 1 from next year from Bishop McCourt is going to Oklahoma State, I think. So, like, even the best wrestlers in Pennsylvania aren't going to Penn State necessarily. You know what I mean?
Always.
So, so that doesn't mean that Cale Sanderson's doing anything wrong, or they're just – some of them come here, some of them don't. They generally get the best guys in the country, and that's because they win.
That's usually true. Part of the thing, too, is, like, Pennsylvania's kind of the capital of wrestling in terms of like high school wrestling. You could argue like Iowa and Pennsylvania just kind of way above most other places. I guess Michigan has a pretty good list of wrestlers year on year, but for the most part, like in the southern states, their wrestling just doesn't really tip the scales. It's really a northern sport for whatever reason. And then there's some growth in it out west, but not a ton really. But yeah, definitely like Iowa and Pennsylvania tend to produce the ultimate wrestlers coming out of high school anyway.
A lot of guys like Ben Ness, he's from Jersey. A lot of those guys are from Jersey.
There are guys from Jersey. That's true. Jersey does actually produce a fair number of good wrestlers. That's true. Yeah.
Well, in Penn State wrestling, they're such a dynasty that they can spread their net wider than football ever will, too. Well, football spreads their net pretty far and catches some fish, but Cale Sanderson can catch anybody he wants. I mean, he can just – it doesn't matter, you know.
Yeah, that's the advantage of being the Alabama of wrestling, right?
Exactly,
Yeah, like a Bo Bassett type of kid, I don't think they wanted him. I don't know if they wanted him. I know he's like character-wise, there's some stuff that I've heard about him. Nothing like bad. He's just like got a big head, you know. But I would think a guy like that they probably wouldn't want at Penn State. I don't know. But like Bo Bassett, he's one of the biggest names there is. I think he's getting paid $5 million to go down to Virginia Tech. So So Franklin will want them filling up the football stadium to watch them wrestle. But all right. But yeah, Penn State undefeated 12-0, 71 match win streak as of February 26th. I think they've won 85 straight home dome meets. They had the 2016 national championship team out there last night. So many great names. I mean, but NCAA champions 53, 11, 12, 13, 14, 16, 17, 18, 19, 22, 23, and 24. They've been conference champions a lot more times. Scott Moore, he has the most wins, career season wins, 54 in 2003. A lot of their records, man, like they have not really been broken recently, which is crazy. I mean,
that's the thing. You could write
wrestling.
I was just gonna say you could write a book about Penn State wrestling 5 years ago, and the only thing you have to change right now are the names of the wrestlers. Like that's all you have to change. You could write it's the same story over and over. They're just gonna dominate and tear up everybody that goes in their sight. So they're insane.
Total annihilation.
Yeah, like Ed Ruth, David Taylor, Bravo Young, Rutherford, Zane Rutherford, all kinds of guys that are
I like Bravo Young a lot.
Bo Nickel. Quentin Wright grew up right across the street from me. He went to my high school. Bo Nickel, Jason Knopf, just legends, man.
Yeah.
Penn State Bo have the same barber.
Who's that?
But me and Bo Nickel have the same barber. My boy Josh. Yep. Over at Owens.
Yeah, my boy Klezik, he cuts hair there too. He's a good dude. Played football with him. Did track. Justin Klezik, yeah.
Justin, yep.
Yeah, he's cool, dude. Known him a long time. But yeah, man. I mean, they're the best in the world. They're the best in the world. They are. So Penn State's had 3. I guess you could say. Good grief! Is that another girl? Yeah, that's another girl. Aria Rannick. What's up, Aria? If I saying that right. So we've got Russ Rose, Joe Paterno, and Cale Sanderson. 3 of the best coaches to ever walk the face of the earth, and they all coached at Penn State.
Yeah.
I think the fencing coach just got a 700th win.
Yeah.
Renee Portland, another great coach from Penn State. So yeah, the wrestling, man, I think they're gonna win the national title this year, and there's no signs of them slowing down. But you think of like dynasties, college, for example, like UCLA basketball, like UCLA football, USC football for a while, Ohio State, Alabama, UConn women's basketball, Duke, North Carolina basketball, like Duke lacrosse, all these different teams, different sports that have just been dominant. Yep. Penn State volleyball, women's on the women's side. Penn State wrestling is one of the greatest dynasties the sport is, college sports has had. Yep. And Cale Sanderson, he's one of the best coaches to ever live in any sport. He's the pinnacle. He's on a pedestal. He's the pinnacle of what you want a coach to be. And every time they do a shot close up of him, man, his ears are like insane. He has insane cauliflower ears. Like the definition of cauliflower ear is Cale Sanderson's ear. And then you think of like all the great wrestlers like Kurt Angle, Cale Sanderson. I mean, and then the one movie they did about that coach. I forget what it's called, but it's about this wrestling coach, and he like killed the one like real good wrestler. Mm-hmm. I forget the name of the movie, but there's been so many great wrestlers, man. And Kurt Angle won a gold medal with a broken neck. I mean, they're insanely tough. And Bald Eagle Wrestling, they've always been good at wrestling. Yeah. My brother's good friend Jake Taylor, he won a state title. He had like a dislocated shoulder or something. He won a state title. Now he's in the Air Force, I think, or the Navy. He's going to be a dentist. Like, so, that kind of stuff, man. Like, great wrestlers. It's all about discipline. It's crazy. But they deserve a lot of respect as athletes, because what they do is not easy. It's not safe. You can break your neck, break your back. You can break anything. You can tear your legs up, whatever. So,
there were a couple of falls that were pretty, like, I was like, oh, that's – there were some falls against a couple of those matches on the other night – was last night. I was like, oh, their neck's getting pretty close to, like that. It looks scary, man. Like,
it's sometimes.
It's dangerous, man.
I could never wrestle. I was never flexible enough. Things would have just started breaking.
My sciatic would scream like 3 minutes into the match. I'd be done.
Yeah.
I'd be like, I would forfeit. I would have to. Be like, I'm sorry, but I'm screaming right now.
Yeah. I needed a less flexible requirement sport, so baseball was mine.
Yeah. Baseball. Yeah.
Well, you have a kid. You have a kid like Davis, true freshman, going in against Mendez, #1 in the country. I mean, dude, you can get hurt if you don't know what you're doing. You know what I mean? So you can literally hurt yourself if you go into a match like that as a freshman, dude.
Mm-hmm.
As a freshman. And
against a seasoned vet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Brett. Is that who I think it is, Brett? That girl?
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
That's what I thought. All right. College football news, guys. Are you guys done with wrestling?
Yeah, we can move on.
All right. So college football news, a few different things. Cleo Taylor, he's 247, I think it is, or on 3 or Rivals. They have him going to Georgia now.
Georgia's in the lead. Yeah,
Georgia's in the lead. So
right now.
Yeah, he like Keemon Spell, man. He's going to take his visits. I think he still comes to Penn State, but at the same time, I said that about Keemon Spell, so I don't know. We'll see. Again, we've been saying it on here. Penn State is not a destination right now. They're building relationships. These coaches, they're building relationships with all these recruits. It is what it is. At the end of the day, it's going to take some time. I give them 2 years. I mean, I think they're going to try to win. They're going all out immediately, but there's limitations to that. The late hiring of the coach, what the previous coach left us in before. There's a lot of factors that go into it, so it's just going to take some time, and that's it. So I don't know. We'll see how it plays out with Cleo Taylor. Even if he does go to Georgia, doesn't come to Penn State, it is what it is, man. I mean, it's going to take Penn State some time. It really is. It's going to take Penn State some time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Cleo Taylor's probably still we're still top on his list too.
Yeah.
I mean, it's early. We'll see. I mean,
I think he likes Penn State. No Apollo leaving, I doubt helps at all.
No, they have to find somebody.
I doubt that. I'm sure that hurt it a little bit. I don't know, but at the end of the day, even if we lose him, we just gotta. I think everyone's fine, but I think we just all have to just let it play out. We gotta let it play out. Yeah. I'm expecting wins this year. That's for sure. But
sure,
it would be nice to see who we're going to get for a coach, right? Like, it'd be nice to hear something like soon.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
Because like I said, right now is the dead period, but recruiting's about to kick off here with official visits in April and May. So like, we got to get a guy in and get solidified and call players, meet them, everything. So like, it has to happen very soon. Like, I hope they find somebody. I don't know.
Yeah, I think probably I would look for stuff to start moving probably early March sometime.
Yeah.
There is a tendency this time of year for you to hit that dead zone regardless of what your situation is. Now, we say dead zone, obviously they're working 24/7 over there. So I'm sure there's a lot happening that we just don't hear about because it doesn't make the social media or make the news. But and honestly, as I say, a lot of times that dead period is actually when most of the work gets done. So we'll see what's actually happening. Most likely we'll find out more in early March is what I would expect. But I'm pretty good with, like, I know the roster for 2026. There's some positional strength that I really, really like in the roster in 2026, particularly the secondary. I think the secondary is actually pretty loaded.
Yeah. I think so too.
There's so many guys that, like, you got Aldavian Collins, Zion Tracy, Jeremiah Cooper. You've got some really good Iowa State players coming in. I think Hunter Sowell. He's still young, but so I don't know how much playing time he'll get next year. But there's even Daniels, who came in. He was an Iowa State guy. He's promising.
Amari Miller too.
Amari Miller. And then, of course, you got, like, the who was it? Marcus Neal Jr., who is he, like Jeremiah Cooper's, bringing a lot of experience at the position already. So I really like the secondary. I think the secondary is pretty loaded at Penn State. I know that there's some concerns about particularly pass rush more than anything, which there's a lot of potential there. We'll just have to see kind of what happens with it. But I'm defensively, I think we're actually in pretty good shape. The offensive line I like a lot better now than I did two months ago. So the situation there is much better. There's a lot of high upside guys on the O-line. And there's guys that you hope the new coaching staff will get them to take more steps forward. Cooper Cousins is a guy who I just think he's sitting on a lot of potential. And if you get the right coaches out there, that could take him to the next level. And he's one of those guys, I think if he gets next level, he's an NFL guy. So, but it's just a question of, can he take that next step, which maybe shaking up the coaching staff is just what you need sometimes to get a guy over the hump. So we'll see what happens. I still think Cousins probably ends up as a interior O-line. I'm kind of in agreement with Landon Tengwall on that, but I do like the upside we have a lot of quality players who have good technique in their previous playing that came in from Iowa State, and that technique, you could argue, is kind of what a lot of Penn State guys were missing. So I do like the idea that Cooper Cousins getting some time with a little bit maybe better coaching staff could push him into the next level. So,
secondary wise, it's going to be Dixon, Cooper, Neal, Tracy, and AC. Tracy's going to be our slot guy, so he's not even going to be like Zion's going to be on the field, but our main guys on defense is going to be like Max Granville, McPherson, Bacon, Rojas.
Yeah, McPherson and Granville could end up being a really good combo at defense.
Kamaju
in there.
And
I think Blanding is also going to probably play a lot. Brett and I put the starters together here recently, but we also think it's going to be like Eskelson, Howard, Sowell at receiver. We got the Grambling kid. We're thinking Hanson's going to be the starting running back, but Cousins, I think, is going to start right guard. Donk is going to be right tackle. Burr, Acheline, and Riker, are going to be our other starting linemen. So that's kind of what we're looking at there. But absolutely, we got to let it play out, man. Like they're getting guys that fit, and now. 2 years down the line, if they're not doing well and they're also not recruiting big-time names, then you got to ask some questions like, all right, what are they doing? Because it's not working. But I don't think that's going to be an issue.
Go ahead. I keep hearing that Gabe Burkle is a guy to watch too at tight end. I keep getting people saying, "No, I'm telling you, man, watch Gabe Burkle." So
he's a decent blocker.
Going to be our starter.
Rapp's going to be the guy, I would think. Him or Brahma.
It's nice when you have a 6'7" backup at tight end. That helps.
Exactly, and that's assuming Well, if your worst case scenario is that Rapelier is your number 2 tight end and you got Benjamin Brahmer 1, I would say you're in pretty good shape regardless. And if Gabe Burkle is 3, I think you're in good shape.
It's going to be a 1A, 1B situation, depending on what personnel they're running out there, right? They're both technically going to be starters in a way.
I can totally see goal line. You switch Brahmer out because Brahmer's bigger in the goal line situation, and so he's a great target in the end zone.
They're going to have two. They're going to have two tight ends down. Rapp's a great blocker, so
he is.
Reynolds is going to wish Reynolds the best. He wasn't that good at run blocking, and it's not going to get any better at VT.
No,
that's for sure. So they're going to make him into they'll be trying to make him into like a Rob Gronkowski or something. I don't know.
They have a bit of an awkward roster situation there because their quarterback situation really favors running.
Yeah. Virginia Tech, you mean?
Yeah, Tech. Looking over their roster, there's they have a lot of talent, but the way they mesh together feels a little off to me.
None of it makes sense, especially the quarterback situation. That just doesn't make sense.
Yeah, and again, it's one of those, I guess, if you got there and you felt like the roster was just way behind, that blowing it up is not really worse. So maybe that's the case. But but at the same time, I look and it's if you're gonna have a dual threat quarterback, you generally want good blocking in your running backs and your tight ends, and because you need to keep those plays alive so that they can do things. And so we'll see how that goes, I guess. But Luke Reynolds would not be my first choice if I need a block at tight end. If I want to stretch the field, he'd be a high choice.
Yeah.
But,
Greg McElroy, I don't know if you guys saw what I sent last night in the group. Greg McElroy, he did a little section about Penn State yesterday. It's 10, 15 minutes talking about how he thinks, Penn State's going to be pretty decent this year. He thinks they're a sleeper for the playoff. And so it's not just us thinking they're sleepers for the playoff. There's other people. I've always liked Greg. He played at Alabama. He's a pretty good commentator. I like him on the broadcasting. So
yeah, he's a sensible guy.
Yeah, I like him a lot.
I didn't know that was his take. That's interesting, actually.
Yeah, I sent it in the group, so I'll send it again if you want to check it out.
No, I'll just go back and look at it in the group.
Yep.
But
it's on ESPN, ESPN YouTube page. You know what I mean? Yep.
Yep. I'll check it out.
He played at South Lake Carroll in Texas. Greg McElroy. But they had that one show there, 2-a-days there at Hoover, Alabama. And I always thought he played there, but the one quarterback that played for Alabama with Saban, he was from Hoover. But that's an absolute powerhouse, Hoover, Alabama.
They produce a lot of players.
That was a great show, man. You can't find it anywhere. It sucks. I would love to go back and watch that show. But all right, Trinidad Chambliss, he's granted one more year. It's like a South Park episode. The judge is sitting there. He's like, "You didn't play one down in 2022, right, son?" He's like, "No, sir." It's like, "All right, you can come back."
Yeah.
He's got his Old Miss shirt on under his robe.
The judge. Yeah.
I guarantee you, man, if he was like a Alabama fan, he'd be like, no, sir.
Instant put down. Yeah. That's why they took it to a Mississippi court. Which is what they're all doing. They all do that now, because they know that NCAA can't do anything about it. But the funny part to me was just he's going to get another year of eligibility, and my friend group came on and said, "All right, so I'm sending my letter of intent back to my school to let them know I'll be playing next year." I'm a 46-year-old guy.
I thought he was going. I thought he would end up going to LSU, though.
Chambliss? I don't know. Well, here's the thing. LSU spent $10 million on 2 quarterbacks already. So
Sam Levitt.
Yeah. So there was just no door for him, I don't think. And by the way, I was laughing. We were talking about how Ohio State and what's their names have between them they have 57 million. Ohio State and who was it? Texas? No. Who was it? They said they had $56 million or something between them in NIL. And I kind of laughed. I was like, well, that's what they tell you they have in it. Because I would bet you anything LSU probably has 60 million in it at this point. They're just throwing money everywhere.
Yeah. But Trinidad Chambliss is actually a good Trinidad Chambliss is actually a good quarterback,
He is.
Oh yeah. He impressed me in the playoff.
Mhm.
Yeah, I know he had some comparisons to Marcel Reed because they're both good arms, mobile, but Marcel Reed just
He's not.
crapped the bed.
He's better.
Yeah,
Marcel Reed's nowhere near as good. Yeah,
No,
he's
no.
inconsistent.
He just doesn't have
yeah.
the arm to make all the throws, and which that's such a problem if you're an athlete like that, where you're an improviser, because you have to be able to make all the throws in that, because you're going to be doing weird stuff like throwing across your body and down the field, and so you have to have a really strong arm to make that work. That's why like Vic and those guys could do that because they have monster arms on them, you know. But Chambliss has a pretty good arm. He can make all the throws, and I think that's why he can get away with some of the crazy stuff he does. But
I mean, the bigger issue with it is, I don't know, this COVID stuff. Like it really got it knocked. You know, it really knocked stuff out. You know, off the rails 100% across the board. But if this kid has an extra year, then he should be granted an extra year. You know, that it is what it is. This quarterback class is horrendous for the draft. And, you know, I wish Trinidad the best. He's a great athlete. He's a great player. And he gives Ole Miss a much better chance of winning. I think they're keeping Frosted Tips. What's his name? Is he the coach? Is he staying?
Charlie Weiss.
Weiss,
yes, he's
the offensive coordinator.
Charlie Weiss became the head coach. They hired him as full time. Yeah. So yeah, he's a good coach. I mean, I think
no, Pete Golding is who I'm talking about.
Pete Golding,
yeah,
sorry.
Yeah,
that was the opposite side. Yeah, Pete Golding was the other coordinator. Yeah, Charlie Weiss went. Yeah, Pete Golding's a good coach. Yeah, I think that's good.
Yeah, I do. I think Golding will do fine there.
Yeah, he coached good in the playoffs. So, I mean, good coaching. I was just gonna say, what was their reasoning for granting TJ Finley a 30th year? They should have just been like, dude, you suck. Just give it up. You've been playing for 20 years. Like, what are you doing, dude?
Because you can still get paid. It's probably a better job than I don't know what he went to school for.
But this is what his 9th year or something like that, right?
His 9th year, too. Like, he's been terrible every stop he went to. Like,
bro, he was a freshman in 2018.
Yep.
Yeah. We played him.
Just think about that. We were losing to Dwayne Haskins in Ohio State at home when he was a freshman.
When he was still a freshman. Yeah. Wild, man. Wild. Yeah.
So
I don't know. Like I said, I'll get my letter of eligibility ready.
No way he doesn't have sciatica, dude. There's just no way. He has it. He has it. He's got it.
He's probably got multiple teeth that are hurting as well. So
we had a long discussion in the group. Actually, I was talking to one of my buddies today about it. Was how do you fix this in the NCAA? Because the NCAA has no power to do anything about it, right? And I thought Josh Pate made a great point that the NFL is probably your best friend now, because if anybody's going to help you fix the scheduling issues and the things that you've got going on, it's probably going to have to be them. A great point was brought up that since the NCAA can't really control this eligibility issue, that the NFL could, because the NFL could come in and say nobody over the age of 24 is allowed in the draft. And that would probably, and the NFL has the power to do that.
Yeah, they should.
But that would probably be at this point just about the only way you could get this eligibility thing under control.
Yeah.
Because none of these schools are private. They're all public universities. And that's why they're able to take these eligibility arguments to their local courts. So unless you can privatize college football, which is almost impossible since most of the universities are public, you don't have a lot of options. You almost need the NFL's help.
Yeah, you do. I mean, NIL in high school is going to get out of hand. NIL in college is out of hand. Yep. It's going to hurt everything.
Yeah.
But this BYU kid, he gets engaged to this 10 out of 10 blonde.
I saw that, dude. Holy cow.
And now he's charged with the R word. Yes, the R word. Very sad. And I don't know I don't know if his fiance is Mormon, but man, she's a pretty girl.
Mm-hmm.
And then he's in deep.
And he was a
crap.
good player too. He was a good
Great
player too. So
Crazy,
now
man.
again, like Mormons are very they're very devout to their faith. Like they don't drink alcohol, they don't smoke.
Usually,
You know, premarital is not a thing. And you know, a lot of people there are a lot of people that do that aren't Mormon, but it's strange, man, because BYU, like they're Mormon, and I'm assuming these two are Mormon. I don't know exactly, but it could be something as simple as like he didn't want to wait, and it turned violent. I don't know, man. That's serious.
Yeah.
Like that's as vile a crime as you can do.
Yeah, and for that school especially, that's a blight.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, he just like I don't know what he did something that defined it as that, and that's bad. That's really bad.
Yep.
Especially to a girl
That's
you just got engaged to. You know, you have the whole world in front of you, and then I don't know. I don't know, but that's a quick turnaround, man. That's a O.J. Simpson type of fall right there.
Yeah. He's gonna be spending his days in a jail cell.
Yeah, and I was watching the Arnold doc on Netflix again today for the second time, and they were talking to Arnold about. They were like, not to get off topic here, but he's like, yeah, you know, for Terminators between me and O.J. Simpson, but they didn't think O.J. Simpson would be a good enough killing machine, and they just
Oh my God. Jeez. Wow.
Which is literally why they didn't give him that role, because they didn't think he was too nice. They didn't think he would make a good killer.
Yeah, that's always the nice ones, right?
Yeah. But yeah, I feel bad for the girl. I feel bad for her family. Like that's horrible.
Yeah, that's wretched.
Like I think they just publicly announced that they were getting engaged.
It was literally like 2 days before. Yeah, he got arrested like 2 days later.
Yeah, and I guess she's a tracker. Is that she's a track girl? I think.
I forgot.
She a track girl?
I also don't know.
But I mean, look at her, man. Like she's a really pretty girl.
Mm-hmm.
And now, what happened? That's crazy. I don't know, man.
Yeah.
I mean, how do you go from being engaged to doing that? You know, that's crazy.
I'm assuming it happened.
I'm assuming it happened before. Yeah.
Because I also don't know. They didn't mention, did they, that she wasn't necessarily the accuser?
I don't think so. I don't know.
It could have been a third party that wasn't related to any of this.
I imagine it's a third party. Yeah.
Because that was the impression I got from the article. But
yeah,
that it was another girl somewhere that he attacked, and that it didn't come out right away, so it probably happened a while ago. Because I think somebody said it was like a year after or something what actually happened, like it happened sometime last year. But that was the impression I got from the articles.
Okay.
So I have a feeling it was somebody else that he attacked.
Yeah, usually these type of things happen quite a while back before it comes out and goes public and before the charges hit, right? Like those things take time. So it probably was 6 months ago or longer. Could have been longer. So
it takes a long time, especially if they were doing an investigation in the background.
Yeah. Yep. And I'm sure he knew about it. I'm sure. You know what I mean? Like if you're being charged, if you're being investigated, usually you absolutely know that you're being investigated for that. But sad thing. So Chambliss, I'm happy for him.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Sad for whoever the victim was in that case.
Absolutely.
Feel sad for the kid too. I mean, his life is.
Well, he's done for. Yeah.
Yeah, he's done.
Stupid shit.
But Penn State, or I'm sorry, Ohio State and Texas Tech spent $57 million on the roster. So now I know Ohio State, the year they won the Natty, they were known for spending a lot of money on the roster. Michigan, I think they spent some money on their roster. Indiana didn't spend much on their roster. But the Big Ten is the dominating conference right now. And Georgia, Ohio State, Texas Tech, they're all dropping big bucks on their rosters.
Yep.
We'll see how it works with Texas Tech. I mean, their quarterback got $5 million. They got oil money down there. We'll see how it plays out, but this is like insane money, man. Like, that's one thing that, Brett said this too. Like, what's one thing Penn State will never be is just dropping money left and right on people. Like, they're just not going to do it.
Probably not.
I mean, this is insane money, dude. It's crazy.
Yeah. But a lot of it's being, and this is kind of the thing I've noticed is like a lot of it's being paid by a third party, right? It's not even the universities necessarily. A lot of times there's a Mark Cuban behind it or a Phil Knight behind it. And you don't have that right now at Penn State because Terry Pagula's got his money tied up in all the Sabres and the Bills and building new stadiums. He's less interested in it than some of them are, right? Yeah. So like, yeah, sure. If Mark Cuban's willing to throw $100 million at me, I can pay anybody whatever I want, right? Mm-hmm. So, I would bet if you looked into if you actually got to look at their real books, they're probably more than 57 million deep. But that's just what they report because that's supposed to be the NIL limitation. So they don't want to publicly admit that they're way over it. But I would bet money that a lot of that bill is being fueled by some of the oil tycoons for Texas Tech, and then I forget who the biggest beneficiaries are over there at Ohio State. I used to know.
Oregon, USC went crazy last year. Obviously,
USC
they spent a lot of money, dude.
Well,
Miami.
Yeah. Like Alabama, they've spent a ton of money. Miami spent a ton of money. Excuse me. But Spice, no, we haven't heard any updates. One thing I learned from the head coaching search is don't worry about any updates because it's going to happen eventually.
Yeah.
We were all aged collectively trying to get every little detail secret we could find about the head coach search. But yeah, we just got to wait it out, man. When he's hired, and I'm confident they'll hire a good guy. But man, it's crazy. Like 57 million, bro. That's crazy. Like that's the salary cap of an NFL team sometimes. Like holy, you know what I mean?
It's getting up
really, but it's that's a lot of money. 57 million. Like NIL is insane.
That's where we're at right now. It's a dumpster fire.
Kirby Smart came out recently. He said he's like you guys don't understand how much it costs to keep kids in Georgia. Like it costs a lot of money to keep these kids in Georgia and go to Georgia. Yep. Now Kirby Smart, he's one of the last true real coaches out there.
Old school.
But man, he's adapted well. Like he drops the money.
He figured it out.
Dabo doesn't. Dabo never did. So you talk about coaches that need to adapt.
Yeah. I almost feel bad for Dabo. He tries to change and then immediately gets screwed over by that linebacker.
Yeah.
I was like, dude, come on, man. He's already hard enough to convince. Now look at what you did.
Well, dude, another person that, again, it doesn't really make sense, but another person who hasn't adapted is Franklin. Like, he didn't adapt either.
Not really. No.
He just did it in a very unorganized way. I don't know. But
he paid the older players, and that was it.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, Joe would favor older players because they put in their time, but I don't think, it was almost like the Joe Paterno method, if you will, for NIL, but he also didn't respect anything about the history of Penn State. So, again, it makes no sense at all, but coaches are going to, in some ways, have to adapt. Like Cambell, I don't know, maybe not. I don't know, man. Like Cambell knows at some point, you need to drop some money here and there at least. And Signetti will even do that. I mean, you know what I mean? Yeah. It really does come down to execution and fit at the end of the day. That's what it comes down to. And
there might be a learning curve for Cambell. He might he might think like Iowa State's still in a way and be like, I'm just going to do it how I know how to do it, and maybe it bites him in the butt, and he's like, all right, maybe I'm gonna have to change some things to adapt here. So that's something that we said we'll see. We'll take a year and look into it, and the Iowa State way, like on how he's done it, can work to a certain extent. Is it going to work in the Big Ten for Penn State? Maybe, maybe not. We don't know yet. We'll wait and see how it happens. Until the games are played, we're just talking about it. That's why we're here. It's all a guessing game at this point, and
yeah. And I'll say this too.
Don't know,
I'll say this too. You got to remember that Cambell came in. His staff didn't have time to evaluate the existing guys. No. So how comfortable would you be dumping $4 million on a guy that you have never evaluated? Your staff's never evaluated him. Yeah. Right. So I just don't know. Like, his model could be totally different next year, and it may not have been like it just the lateness of him showing up. He didn't have time. And so when Chaz Coleman comes looking for $2+ million as a defensive end, and you're like, brother, I don't even know if you're any good. Like, hold on, just stop. Okay. Like, I think you're good, but are you $2 million good? I don't know. I need time.
Yeah, we'll see. Like, I don't think there's a learning curve, but there could be, absolutely. Yeah. We just don't know.
Yeah. I said there could be. We don't know.
Exactly.
Yeah, I said there could be. Yeah.
And if there is, then that needs to change, ASAP,
All the major analysts out there, the Greg McElroys, everyone thinks Matt Campbell was a better fit at Penn State. Everybody, not just us. Like, the national media, they were like, that is the best fit for Penn State. With James Franklin moving on, they knew that thing is expired. That thing expired a while ago. So
sure.
Yeah. And across the board, between Brett and I, what we've been seeing is it's all positive. Fans, like, everyone, I think, is pretty happy with what they've been doing thus far.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah,
for sure.
But all right, PSU news to finish up. We've got 9 guys going to the combine. I'm just hoping. Yeah, 100%. Yeah, it's true. So 9 guys going to the combine from Penn State, which is pretty awesome. Nick, unfortunately, can't participate. Katron, he'll do well. Vega, Drew, I think he'll be back for it. Khalil, Zane, DDS.
Yep.
And so we've got 9 guys. That's quite a bit for a team that did not do well this year. That's a lot.
Yep.
So we wish them the best. That's a lot. That's a credit to all the talent that Franklin brought in. Unfortunately,
also from the NFL side, just mentioning this, people are starting to come around on several Penn State players that were expected to go pretty far back. They're starting to come around on them, so they're coming up now on a lot of boards. So DDS is actually climbing, I believe, and I think even Singleton was actually trending up a little.
Drew Aller's trending up from what I've seen
up as well. Yeah.
Yep.
Ivan, I'll say this, like, Drew, he didn't deserve it in a sense, but he's so talented. That's what the combine is. It's all about talent.
Yeah, they're looking at it from a different perspective.
Like like the kid from Texas that broke the 40 time record and went to the Chiefs. Like, dude, that guy, if he wasn't as fast, maybe he doesn't go. I don't know all that much about him, but he was very fast.
Yep.
Drew's got so much talent. I've seen some mocks of him going to the Steelers, which, you know what, man, if you have a good coach, McCarthy's a QB whisperer. You have a good coach. Drew Aller can be a good quarterback. He just needs coaching. That's all he needs. He had freaking Danny O'Brien and James Franklin as his coaches. I mean, my God, dude, he would have been better just coaching himself. Honestly.
Yeah.
He's very good with a clean pocket. If he learns how to play with not a clean pocket, that's where the coaching comes in. With a clean pocket, he'll throw the nicest ball you've ever seen. We've seen him do it. So.
He has outstanding arm. Yeah.
Yep.
Also, Katron Allen is climbing a lot of people's boards.
He should. Thank
Which
God.
he should. Yeah, he is underrated.
He's my favorite player. So
Bro, Doug Peterson's a guy that could take Drew Aller. I think Doug Peterson would take a Drew Aller.
Doug could get it. Yeah, Doug could probably get Drew football ready for sure.
Yep.
The Drew to the Eagles spice would be very interesting. I'm an Eagles fan.
Yeah.
Just because it would be a huge departure from the quarterbacks the Eagles have been running for a while now.
No.
That's not necessarily because I don't see Nick Sirianni as being like he's a particular type of guy when it comes to quarterbacks. He just doesn't work that way. So it's certainly a possibility. I just don't know that. I don't know if the Eagles staff would be a good fit for Drew. Just because of the type of quarterbacks they tend to go for. They're more the improv / dual threat types. And I don't know if that would be the best place for him to end up.
Yeah.
Just realistically speaking.
No, it wouldn't be.
Wrong, it'd be interesting.
It wouldn't be.
Yeah.
If they didn't have Bixby, dude, I wish they could get Katron Allen because that'd be so sick. But
Allen would
to have two Penn State running backs, that'd be insane. Yeah.
Well, just to clarify, when I say Doug Peterson, like Doug Peterson had Carson Wentz and then he had Jalen Hurts. Now, Drew Aller to the Eagles wouldn't really make sense, but if you had like a Doug Peterson who coached Carson Wentz and then a Jalen Hurts, two different guys, two different quarterbacks. Doug Peterson is not a coach right now, but he could get a hold of Drew Aller and help him.
Sure.
Like, hey, this is what I would have you do. This is where you'd be a good fit. Because there's all kinds of coaches out there, trainers that they're helping these guys, whether they're coaching or not. They're going to help these kids. But I don't know, man. I mean, he has to go to like a team where, he can be developed.
His best destination would be San Francisco, because Kyle Shanahan is a quarterback genius.
Yeah,
that's true.
So
the mascot,
they could use a good starting quarterback out there,
or the Rams. McVay is also quite good.
100%. Yeah, 100%. Dude, if he would go to like the Rams or the Niners, watch him do just ball. That'd be awesome.
He could blow up there.
And he'll win the Super Bowl and credit James Franklin.
Yeah.
But all right, guys. Letterman, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Just 9.
10 Letterman on our staff. You talk about Penn State, getting back to the old ways of things. Who's Miami's coach now? McDaniel wouldn't know what to do.
McDaniel's out. Miami hired
who'd they hire? I saw that.
No, because
nobody great.
Hired a guy from the Ravens. Who did they hire?
I don't know if they did yet.
Drawing a blank.
Yeah, they did.
I think they did hire, but who did they hire?
Jeff Hafley.
Hafley, that's who it was. Yeah.
Jeff Hafley.
Yeah, he was the Packers D coordinator for a while. I remember that.
Yeah, so we've got 10 Lettermen as coaches. As follows: Dan Connor, Jordan Hill, Todd Kolka, Jordan Lucas, Danton Lynn, Trace McSorley, Deontay Pinnell, Wally Richardson, which is insane, bro. Wally Richardson was that guy, man. Wally Richardson was a great quarterback. They won the 97 Fiesta Bowl. They beat Ricky Williams and Miami in that game.
Yeah.
Right? Was it Ricky Williams?
I was a big Ricky Williams fan, dude. Like, he was just a good player, man. He was insane.
He was. The Steelers, the worst game of all time, the 3-0 game in the slop in Pittsburgh, that ended his career. He tore his pec. He never played again.
Crazy. Nuts.
But yeah, 10 Lettermen. Most of them we know. Wally Richardson, great quarterback. His brother played for Akron, I believe. His brother played for Akron. In 2009, when they opened up at home, Penn State, his brother was the quarterback for Akron. So Dan Connor's linebackers, Jordan Hill is director of player development, associate director of football, academic and support services, and academic counselor. That's Todd Kolka. Jordan Lucas, assistant cornerbacks. Danton Lynn, defensive coordinator. Trace McSorley, assistant quarterbacks. Deontay Pinnell, assistant defensive line. Wally Richardson, director of the Football Letterman's Club. Terry Smith. By the way, Wally Richardson, he's a Randall Cunningham type quarterback. For those of you that don't know, like they're pretty similar, mobile, good arm. Yeah, just he was a good quarterback, man. He was. Terry Smith, associate head coach, cornerbacks. Alan Zamitis, director of talent acquisition. So that's a lot of good Letterman, a lot of good minds, a lot of good players, a lot of legends on that staff. So that's good. Penn State is going to be the Penn State of old. I just don't want that too conservative Joe Paterno offense where it's like 23-9, 2 minutes left in the fourth quarter against Temple, or it's a 6-3 win against Iowa. I don't want that old school football, but Penn State's going to be it's going to be a resurgence of Penn State football just with like a modern spin on it, I think.
Yep.
So
also, Brett, to add to that, I think Justin Stepp from Illinois is on the list of potential wide receiver coaches.
Okay.
I believe he was on the list. I remember.
Maryland's had good receivers, man, every year. Wake Forest, too, always has a good receiver that I've seen, like most of the time. Minnesota has better receivers than Penn State in the last 5 years. So any of those options I would be completely fine with and probably sleep 10 hours at night. So
yeah, Tyrell Roberts is a guy that I think is really – I like him a lot to be a wide receivers coach. Him – all those too, but –
Penn State's a better school than all those. So, like, if we have to get one of them. Like, we're going to get one of them. Like, there's just no way.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
unless they have somebody off the roster that's pegged as their guy. But
yeah, that's true. I guess Lustig is stepping in right now, but, like,
I think so.
I don't know how I feel about that.
I mean,
full time. I don't know. But
Aaron, what do you think about Terry coaching both? I mean,
Terry could certainly do both. I just don't know that it would make sense because Terry is so involved now, right?
Mm-hmm.
In the things that he wasn't involved in before.
Yeah.
I kind of don't like the idea of loading him down with tasks.
Yeah.
When I prefer he just excellently do the things that he's amazing at, right? And then find somebody who's really good at their job and send them to the wide receivers. That way, because the problem is as a coach, like when you try to do everything, you hurt yourself, right? Because you're not given the attention that's needed to each position group. And that's not good for the group. It's not good. It's not good for recruiting, right? Because guys feel like they're not being paid attention to by the staff. And you never want that, especially with young guys you're trying to develop. You want them to feel like the staff is always trying to make them better. And it's nothing on purpose. It's just like Terry would have so much to do. It would be tough for you to give it the attention it needs. So I would prefer to see like a guy like Dyrell come in. And where he can really throw his full attention at the wide receiver room.
Mm-hmm. And even Matt Simon, dude, remember he produced Rashad Bateman. He was really good.
He did.
Rashad Bateman was very good in college.
Yeah, like Matt Simon is very good. I haven't done I haven't really evaluated a lot of Matt Simon's work yet. So
yeah.
He's one of those I know he has accomplishments. I just don't know him super well.
Yeah.
Just to give you guys an example, like we have like 3 defensive coordinators on our defense.
Yeah.
But this is what it used to look like, okay? And I remember I knew all of these guys from going to camps and stuff. Like this was the staff for years. Joe Paterno, head coach. Dick Anderson, offensive line, guards and centers. All right. Tom Bradley, DC and cornerbacks. Kermit Bugg, safeties. Galen Hall, OC and running backs. Larry Johnson Sr., defensive line. Coach Kenny, offensive tackles and tight ends. Mike McQuarrie, wide receivers, kickers, and recruiting coordinator. They don't have his kicking in there. Talk about coaches who were doing too much. He had a lot. Jay Paterno, quarterbacks. Ron Vanderlinden, linebackers. John Thomas, strength conditioning.
Ron Vanderlinden was a busy man, and he did some work, man.
Yes, he did. So
never got the credit for that.
That's what it used to look like, okay? You didn't have a ton of coaches on the staff. Now, there's way more on the staff at that time then. That's 2008.
Mm-hmm.
But, now we have 2 linebacker coaches. We have like 3 defensive line coaches. We have like 3 DC and 2 assistants. Like we have a ton of coaches.
Yeah.
Penn State has brought in a ton of experience and resumes to this staff. Like 3 DCs on our defense are coaching right now. 3 DCs.
Yeah, our
3
defensive
DCs.
staff is insane.
It's loaded.
Like I love it. Yeah.
It's very
So, you talk about the roster we have. These guys are going to get developed and they're going to get better no matter what. And I don't think a lot of these coaches are going to leave down the road. I think a lot of them will probably stay. We'll see. Roster as well. I think we see a lot of guys stay and not transfer. So it's going to be a good environment, I think. I think it's going to be a good overall environment. So
I think once
I like the mix.
It's going to be very good. Yeah.
Yep. I like the mix of young talent that they brought with Iowa State. Like, I guess Noah Pauley really liked what's his name? We brought 2 redshirt freshman receivers over, Karen Brookins.
So
what's the other guy's name? He's the shorter one, but I think the shorter ones that Noah Pauley really likes. Dang it. He's 5'11". What's his name? It's gonna kill me. Well, we could just look at the.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember what his name exactly was. I thought it was isn't it Sowell too?
No, Chase Sowell's the older one.
Chase is the older one. Oh, okay.
yeah, Brett, you just shared it. By the way, happy birthday to Stu Paterno.
You're talking about Brett Eskelson.
No. I mean, he's going to be great.
Yeah.
But I'm talking about a guy who hasn't really played yet, who's young. Dang it. He came over with Karen Brookins.
You're talking about Zay Robinson.
Zay Robinson's supposed to be good. Like, apparently Noah Pauley likes him a lot. So Zay Robinson, probably we need slot guys. So to put him in the slot like next year or something, right? Not this year, but maybe he'll be a death piece for this year because we need more slot guys. We have all big body guys now, which used to be the opposite. So
except for Kobe. Kobe's a smaller guy.
Yeah, Kobe's the only small guy we really have. We have huge guys, which is great, but we need another slot guy. Zay Robinson is your dude for that since we lost Ty Sears. So, yep.
That's true.
But thank you. Zay Robinson's the guy I was thinking.
I was like, I remember we got multiple ones from there, and I was like, the smaller guy is something.
Yep.
But
he's got 4 years left or something, so we're good there. We'll stay. So.
Yeah, we want them too, Ivan.
Spice, to answer that question.
Yeah, answer that question, guys, and we can hop off.
Yeah, because Matt Simon would not be a DMV area guy. Neither would like Josh Stepp. Really, I don't think they would have much experience in this area.
Yeah,
but Dyrell would, because he's been recruiting the North Carolina, Virginia area for a long time. So he would. That's another reason I like him.
Yeah. I don't know too much about these guys. I was just letting you know who they were looking at. So I'm gonna do more digging. It's been crazy lately, so I wasn't able to even work Thursday. So I mean,
where did you see that this list of coaches?
I just looked it up on Google. To be honest with you, I said who's Penn State looking at, and those are the names that popped up. Because I haven't even had time to look at the boards or anything lately. So I just looked it up on Google, and those are the names they gave me.
I looked into Stepp because I knew he was on the list, but I forgot that they had Dyrell for a while. I knew Dyrell when he went to Wake Forest, because Wake Forest actually secretly is like they produce a lot of good coaches out of there, actually. And Dyrell was a guy that back when we were having our wide receiver issues, people were talking about like who could fix them, and I was like, well, Dyrell would probably be a good one. So when they brought his name back up again, I was like, oh yeah, Dyrell, yeah, I could totally see that would be a great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When that came from Blue White Illustrated, this all came from Blue White Illustrated because it was pulled from AI, so it pulled from sites that are talking about it. So it came from on. So
Gabe Jenkins, Matthew Gregory, and Khalil Taylor. Those are guys that we need to get $1 billion.
Yep.
$1 billion for good luck with that.
Call Trump.
Yeah.
I mean, dude, if you think about it, Donald Trump's from New York, right?
Yes.
$1 billion.
What's the best college, the biggest college that represents all of the Northeast?
Yeah.
Donald Trump's a Penn State fan. So
maybe I actually have no idea what his take is on college football.
I would say Joe definitely knew him. He knew Reagan.
That's true. He did.
Told Nixon to shove it.
Yeah.
So, Joe probably knew Donald Trump.
There's a good chance.
Make Penn State great again, Pat. All right, guys. By the way, he was projected to come to that Ohio State-Penn State game last year, and I said it would be awesome if he showed up in a Make America Great Again hat, but it's blue and white.
Yeah.
Yep.
He would have won. Yeah. But, I think you know why he didn't come to that game? Because Ohio and Pennsylvania, he needed both states.
Oh, there's a conflict of interest. Yeah.
So it was better of him to not go.
Probably.
Yeah. And then if you wore a blue and white hat.
That would have been even more a problem in Ohio, yeah.
Ohio State fans already aren't that smart, so they probably would have been like, we're not voting for him now.
Yeah.
We're going to write in Woody Hayes.
Woody Hayes.
All right, guys. Have a good night. Thanks for coming on. And we are Penn State.
We are Penn State. Let's go.
Rocky, I think he's getting recruited too. So
yep. Let's get Dyrell. Let's go.
See you guys.